Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and the worst of all.
What is going on, guys? I am back with another review of a day at an amusement park, and today I will be reviewing this past Thursday, which was June 17th, 2021, at Hersheypark. Now, this was our first visit there since April, since we were busy, and our first visit there since our trip to Cedar Point. If you haven't checked out those videos, go check them out. But anyways, this was our first visit there since all that, and it was good getting back to our second home park. And yeah, so now let's start getting into this review of the day. So when Evie and I first got to the park, we went and all that. The first thing we did was Great Bear, because it is my freaking favorite coaster at Hersheypark. Yeah, and it's because we've been planning for Great Bear to be our first ride of the day on this visit for some time now, since everybody goes to Candymonium first when they go to Hershey, so it was best to start off with another coaster, and I chose Great Bear because it's my favorite B&M invert. And what happened first was, like Evie said, we'd never been to Great Bear for Great Bear first thing on our visit to Hershey, so I wanted to try it out, and it was successful because we didn't have to wait in the line for Great Bear, which was great. And so yeah, and it was a good morning ride on Great Bear. I don't think I'd ever had a morning ride on Great Bear before this visit, and so that was a good ride on it. My favorite on my favorite coaster at Hersheypark. And so, anyways, after Great Bear, we rode Storm Runner, and it was a great first time back on it since it reopened after it was down for maintenance all of 2020. Like, my gosh, the refurbishment worked on Storm Runner, because whatever they did made the ride run so good. There's like a pause between when the guy says, "Now get ready, here we go," and the launch, but I don't care about that. It's still a great ride, okay? Like, the pause does not affect my opinion of the ride. Storm Runner is a great intimate launched coaster. And so, anyways, after our first ride back on Storm Runner since 2019, we ate at Moe's because, yeah, that had been our most anticipated restaurant on our dining plan since, like, we really wanted to eat at Hershey's Moe's since it was on their dining plan. And so we had a good meal at Moe's, and then we attempted to go ride Lightning Racer, since that was another thing that had reopened since our last visit to Hershey, but it was closed for maintenance. And so, but it was closed because, like you know how, like, when we get in line for coasters, they always break down and stuff. Yeah, that must have been what happened at Lightning Racer while we were in line for, like, Storm Runner or something. And while we were on Storm Runner. And so after that disappointment, we headed to the Claw, because that is my favorite flat at Hershey, and I just want to have more time to ride it. That's how good of a flat it is. It's such a good flat, okay? And yeah, my favorite flat at Hershey. And we didn't get the high side towards the end on the Claw, but it's still my favorite flat at Hershey. Okay, like, I want to be able to make time for it. I want to be able to ride it at least once a Hershey visit. And if we miss it, like, sometimes, it's okay, but still, it's my favorite flat at Hershey. Like, I cannot stress this enough. The Claw is my favorite freaking flat at Hershey. Like, guys. And so, anyways, after the Claw, we headed to Sky Rush. While we were in line, there was another breakdown. But thank God it didn't take up too much time as they started testing again. It felt like we were waiting for like a shorter time than we were at Cedar Point. And so yeah, then we got on Sky Rush, and then we enjoyed Sky Rush, and it's a good coaster at Hershey. And so after Sky Rush, we headed to the boardwalk because this was our first time back at the boardwalk since 2019, and it was like our June 15th visit to the boardwalk and our August 29th visit to the boardwalk combined together. I mean, yeah, you could say it like that because we got on Intercoastal Waterway, and let me tell you the rides we got on in order. So when we first got to the boardwalk, we got changed, and then we headed to Whirlwind, and that's a good water slide there. It's my favorite slide on the boardwalk. And so after Whirlwind, we did Surge, which was another good slide on that complex. That's on the same slide as Whirlwind, Coast Slide Plunge. And so anyway, after Surge, we headed to Riptide, and Riptide is my second favorite slide on Coast Slide Plunge, with Whirlwind, of course, being my number one. You know I love tornado slides, and Riptide's my number two because of how freaking fast it is. Like, my gosh, I can't stress this enough. Riptide is number two on my list of top slides on Coast Slide Plunge. And so anyway, after Riptide, we headed to Breaker's Edge, which is a really good water coaster. And so after Breaker's Edge, we headed to their Lazy River Intercoastal Waterway after a disappointment happened. So after Breaker's Edge, we tried to ride Whitecap Racer, but it was freaking down. Like, we were looking forward to getting back on Whitecap Racer, and it broke down. Oh well, we'll get to ride it next visit. And so, anyway, after that disappointment, we headed to Intercoastal Waterway, like I was telling you, and it was a good lazy river. It was our first since 2019. And after Intercoastal Waterway, we got on Vortex, which was our first bull slide since 2019. And let me tell you guys, Vortex is my number 3 favorite slide on Coast Slide Plunge, okay? Like, oh my gosh. And so anyway, after Vortex, we got changed, headed out of the boardwalk, and got on Lightning Racer since it had reopened at some point in the day. And we got on the Lightning side of Lightning Racer first, and we won. And after the Lightning side, we got on the Thunder side of Lightning Racer and won once again. Like, that is lit. We won twice in a row on Lightning Racer. And it's my favorite GCI, too. And so, anyway, after Lightning Racer, we headed to Wildcat. And it was a much shorter line over there at Wildcat than how long Wildcat's line was on Hershey's opening day. Like, on Hershey's opening day, we waited 2 hours to get on it, right up until park closing. But tonight was not a bad wait at all. So we got on Wildcat, and after Wildcat, we headed to Fahrenheit to check the line, but it seemed too long of a wait, and we didn't really want to have to do all that after what we had to deal with on June 15th, 2019. Yeah, we learned our lesson from that visit, so when we saw that Fahrenheit's line was long, we decided, Nah. And so after that disappointment, we headed to Candymonium, baby, which is a good B&M hypercoaster. We got in the towards the back. I think we got the back row on Twizzler's train. Yeah, we got the back row on Twizzler's train, and it was a good ride back on Candymonium. Like, I love it. It's a good B&M hypercoaster. It's a good B&M hypercoaster. It's a good B&M hypercoaster. And yeah, the ride op stapled us in on Candymonium a little bit, but we were still able to get a decent amount of floater airtime, which was really good. So, and anyway, after Candymonium, we headed to eat our dinner at 1906 Grill, which was really good. And I got Mountain Dew once again since they didn't have my water. And since whenever a place doesn't have water, Mountain Dew is always my backup drink. And yeah, so after our dinner at 1906 Grill, we went to Hersheypark Supply Co. once again, and I got a Candymonium model and 3 Hershey shirts, I believe. Yeah, 3 Hershey shirts. And after we checked out at Hersheypark Supply Co., that basically ended our day at Hersheypark. First visit back since Cedar Point, and first visit back since April, since we were busy. And anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review of the day. Make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, and make sure to go check out my merch store on Bonfire. I have face masks and tote bags and long sleeve shirts and short sleeve shirts and all the things you could want that Bonfire allows you to sell, so make sure to go check that out. I'll have a link in the description, and I will see you all in the next